solicitors. This is video regarding transitional arrangements due to introduction of the SQE examination. We have received lots of questions regarding those arrangements. We can divide all the potential aspiring solicitors affected by those arrangements into three groups. Those who are fully exempt. Those in particular are LPC grads, people who received partial exemption from SRA, being for example qualified in Scotland or in Wales, and non-exempt candidates. So in this video in particular we will cover fully exempt and partially exempt, as those are affected the most. In plain English, those are LPC grads and for example European lawyers who got partial exemption, or again lawyers from Scotland. In our next video we will consider non-exempt candidates, so let's start with full exempt candidates or LPC candidates. So LPC grads, as you might know, are entitled to full exemption from the first exam under QLTS, and QLTS very similar to SQE. So first exam is called multiple choice test, which is equivalent to SQE1 to some extent. Actually, it's a bit more narrow from the point of view of the subject it covers. So SQE1 is more broad, definitely, because it covers both subjects which were relevant for LLB and subjects which were relevant for LPC, while MCT mainly covers those subjects which are relevant for LLB degree and some subjects relevant to LPC to some extent. So we might say that MCT is to some extent shorter because covers less subjects. So they are exempt completely from MCT. There are also candidates, as I've mentioned, who obtain partial exemption, and regulation is slightly different though, so they have a bit better possibilities as against LPC grads, a bit different deadlines. This video is relevant for those LPC grads who also qualified in one of the recognized jurisdictions. You will find under this video a link to those jurisdictions. So you can qualify via QLTS. You are exempt from MCT. For this exemption you need to apply with SRA. So as you might know, QLTS will cease to exist. Why you might be interested in sitting QLTS against SQE? A, because you exempt from the first test, and you might not be exempt from the first test of the SQE, which is SQE1 effectively. In QLTS, as I said, it's MCT. Same, multiple choice test. So if you are exempt, then definitely you just need to go through the halfway. The second reason why it's better to sit QLTS is the actual competition. In case of QLTS, you compete with foreign qualified aspiring solicitors. So many of them never started in the UK, and obviously you might have a certain advantage from the point of view of your language, understanding of the legal system, understanding of the examination process in England, and many other things, including your practical experience. In case of SQE, you will be competing with the same people as you are, and also foreign qualified aspiring solicitors, so definitely the competition will be higher for SQE. The both exams are competitive and comparative. So if you are an LPC grad who is qualified in one of the jurisdictions, you have very limited options. You can sit the QLTS OSCE either in April 2021, which is basically the next examination, and then you would have to meet the deadline to apply for admission until 31st August 2021. The results usually take around 3 months, so as soon as you get the results you have to urgently apply to be admitted. Secondly, you can sit the same assessment in July. This option was recently introduced due to COVID arrangements and basically gives you an opportunity to sit in July 2021, and then you would have to submit a waiver of the admission deadline, and this will give you a possibility to apply for admission until 31st of December 2021. You still have to meet another deadline, which is also quite tight. If you don't do that, or if you don't meet the required deadlines, then your option is SQE. And as I've already mentioned, in case of SQE, you potentially might be not exempt from any part of this examination. All will depend on your personal profile. Another group of aspiring solicitors are those who partially exempt from MCT. Their position is slightly better than LPC grads. So who fall within their category? Usually intra-UK solicitors, for example from Scotland or Wales, EU lawyers or European Economic Area lawyers. All of you have to obtain this partial exemption from SRA. For that exemption you have to apply separately. You will find a link with more information attached to this video. So literally you'll have same option as to QLTS as we've just explained regarding the LPC grads. So again, 2 deadlines for application for admission, and though you may sit 2 exams, one in April 2021, another in July 2021. If you are unable to clear it, you can sit SQE2, because in case with the LPC grads, they literally would have to sit SQE1 and then SQE2, so they are not exempt unless they individually provided an exemption, which is a separate topic for our consideration. So since April 2022, when SQE2 will be introduced, because SQE1 is the first exam, is going to take place in October 2021. So since you do not have to sit it, you're sort of exempt, you can proceed with SQE2 since April 2022, or any other SQE2 exam, but you have to meet the application deadline. So you have to pass and have enough time to apply for admission. The deadline is until 31st August 2023. So you are in a bit better position than LPC grads. I hope it is helpful. Please like the video if you like it, and we are happy to hear from you and answer your questions.